Hello and welcome to your reading from Spirit Guide Link. Before we begin, I would like to state that I don't have any other social media platforms. Messages that I bring forth will only ever be shared on this platform, YouTube, and on this channel, SGL. Any other platforms using this name are not affiliated with me in any way. If that changes, the information will be found in the description and stated by me in that video at the time. I would like to express my gratitude to all of you who have been drawn to watch this reading and have given me permission to read for you. If you resonate with the message, please like and share this video so that others may also hear. If you want to hear more messages from SGL, please subscribe and set alerts so you know when new content is uploaded. Know you are in a judgment-free space and that you are truly loved and appreciated. Welcome, Virgos. This is your reading for the month of June 2024 for the second half of the month. We will begin by first connecting to the energy and then we will start to pull out the cards. Let us begin. We ask for any messages for Virgos as they seek guidance toward their highest timeline and for the highest timeline of the all. Let us begin by expressing our desire to send our intent into the universe to connect with spirit guides, ancestors, and all beings of light existing in higher vibrations of love. Please step forward to be present with us in the here and now and bring your guided messages forward. And so it is. All right, so today we are going to be doing the horseshoe spread. So first I'm going to pull out all 7 placements and then we will take a look at each of them in more depth. All right, let's get started. So the first placement we are pulling today is the past influence. So what are the energies now fading away for Virgos, please, Spirit? Okay, so we received 2 cards. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon in reverse. So it certainly looks like there is something going on that might have been coming out around the nighttime, some sort of situation in the nighttime where it feels like you are completing some sort of a karmic cycle. Let's keep going and then we'll take a better look at that momentarily. The next placement that we are looking for is present energy. So what is it that Virgos are currently experiencing, please, Spirit? All right. And we received the 5 of Cups in reverse. All right, so it feels like in the present energy, there is a bit of excitement. You know, 5 of Cups is very much like a sad type of energy. Somebody feels like they missed opportunities, but in this case, being reversed, it feels the opposite. All right. Moving forward, we are next pulling the hidden influence. So what is it that you have not noticed, Virgo? Okay. We actually got 2 there. So 9 of Wands with the Page of Swords. So it looks like maybe there have been a bit of a barrier you may have put up that you're unaware of, that you may have been learning recently about. All right, moving forward, next placement we're looking for are the obstacles. So what is it that you might need to look at and reflect on, Virgos? Cards wanted to come out there but didn't. There we go. Okay, so we have the Hermit, which is your card, Virgo. This is your major arcana card. So it looks like here there is a bit of meditation, reflection. So perhaps you're struggling to find the time to do that reflection, to do that meditation, to have some alone time and to really mull things over. Moving forward, next placement we're looking for is the external influence. So what is it that's motivating others around you at this time, Virgo? All right, kind of just fell off, but we're going to take it. We received Death and Temperance, both major arcana cards. It feels like this is saying that there's a bit of an ego death going on in the collective. And it's all about divine timing, right? It's the right time. It's finally the time for some major changes amongst the collective. And moving forward, next placement we're looking for is guidance. So what is it that your spirit team is suggesting to you right now, Virgos? All right. Wow, okay. And we received the 10 of Pentacles. Wow, very abundant, long-term type of energy. Moving forward, next placement we're looking for, and it's the last placement, and this is your potential outcome. So where are Virgos heading at this time, Spirit? Ooh, almost dropped those. Okay. Potential outcome, please. All right, we received 2 cards again. We have the Emperor and the 9 of Cups. Wow, this is like the ultimate wish of taking control over one's life. That's very beautiful. All right, let's take a better look. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is your overall energy, and here we receive the 2 of Pentacles. So I feel like this is saying the overall energy for Virgos right now for the second half of June is telling me that there is a lot of balance. Things are finally sort of working themselves out, coming into a bit more of a harmonious bliss type of energy. And I feel like that balance that has been going on around you and within your own life is essentially, it's resulting in everything being affected. Every aspect of your life is seeming to feel like it's clicking together in the second half of June. It seems like things are just kind of finally working out. Maybe there's been some things you had been working on, months ago that you're finally seeing the end result of, or things are finally coming together to allow that plan to come into action, to finally get started, right? Maybe you've been working on getting all the details together for some time. So let's take a closer look at the rest of the placements here. In your past influence, the energy is fading away. We received the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon. This really does feel, a Wheel of Fortune is, the karma card. It is also, it's a card of Jupiter, which means it's a card of luck and fortune. So I feel like here there is some sort of luck and fortune that's coming towards your life. With the Moon, I feel like this could mean 2 things. The fact that it's in reverse could either mean the opposite to the Moon, which would therefore mean the Sun, and during the day, or the opposite, or another possibility could be that there are certain things coming out at night that are finally being revealed. They're no longer being kept in secrecy, if you will, as in, the cover of the night, hidden in the darkness, things that are, get away with because they are not seen by many, being that's the middle of the night, for example. But I feel like this is saying that there is some sort of, almost like a epiphany, if you will, that has been experienced by some Virgos in the recent past, that you have become aware of some sort of thing in your life that you're making some sort of connection with, which again, I feel that's the 2 of Pentacles. There is something connecting. There's something that's coming in balance and harmony. And I feel like this is saying that it is in your karma. It was your karma to close out this cycle, to have this thing revealed to you that was previously hidden in the night. In the night, the darkness has come forth, and you are allowing yourself to clear this karma by coming to the realization and surfacing of some sort of information, whether it be something from your own, past that you might have experienced and kind of just closed off. It could be something from previous incarnations that you buried deep down that you didn't want to, get involved in. But I feel like this is the time. The time is now. right? We are no longer allowed to keep burying these things because we are just moving one step closer to the big event. If you know what I'm referring to, you know what I'm talking about. That big event is on its way. There is no way to stop the inevitable march, and we must clear these things no matter how deep and scary they may seem. They must be looked at, they must be healed, and we must begin to forgive ourselves in order to move forward to a better, version of ourselves, a better vibration of ourself. Moving forward, next card or placement we have here is the present energy. So this is what you're currently experiencing. And here we see the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is known as the card of grief and sadness. And this is in reverse, which tells me that you're now experiencing in your present energy a much more happy and joyful type of energy. And it could very well be a result of the thing that you have cleared in your recent past with this bit of karma and also good fortune coming into the existence of whatever was previously keeping you down. And then on top of that, we have the Two of Pentacles in the overall energy, which is, again, it's providing this harmony and balance. It's taking you out and away from this lower vibrational type of energy, which is, sadness, grief, things that are of low vibes. But now you're experiencing much more of a balance within your own life. Things are connecting better, things are making more sense, and essentially you're able to move out of this previous lower version of yourself, and you're moving towards a higher vibration, towards a time of happiness, of abundance, of joy and excitement. Moving forward, the next placement that we have here is the hidden influence, and this is what you have not noticed. And here we see the Nine of Wands along with the Page of Swords. So the Nine of Wands is known as the Wounded Warrior card. This is someone who has been through a lot, and they have essentially built up a bit of a wall around themselves as a way of protecting yourself. So you are essentially, or had been previously, hiding behind this wall that you had built, both to protect yourself, but also to kind of get some alone time. I feel like perhaps you had just been needing to get away from the situation. But with this Page of Swords here, that really tells me that there is a time of learning something new. This is a student who wants to, learn a new way of doing things, and that is your hidden influence. It's almost like you haven't even realized that by working on these previous things, by closing out this previous karma and allowing this balance to come into your life, you are learning a new way of dealing and coping with things you have experienced. It's like you're allowing yourself to finally heal those things. And in doing so, Page of Swords, it's like you're a student starting anew. You're doing things differently. You're having different perspectives, and you're finally allowing things and the energies to flow, and you're not holding on to them and remaining stagnant in lower vibes, right? You're saying, okay, I've experienced this thing. It was a very difficult thing I've experienced. However, I don't need to hold on to that. It does not serve me. I'm going to let it flow. And you're now in this moment, you're letting the energy flow, and you're becoming a student of anew. It's like you're mastering your own emotions and actions by doing things differently, by trying a different method than you've ever done before. All right, moving forward, next placement we have is your obstacle. And here, this is something that you need to look at and reflect on. And then ironically, we have the Hermit, which is the card of reflection and looking at things. So I feel like this is saying that this is your obstacle, is to, I would say, to meditate more, or even just to meditate. It's possible that maybe some of you have not been able to find the time to make it a priority to do that time of meditation, to do that reflection, to do the inner soul work and the inner soul growth, right? We must allow ourselves to take time to heal those things, to connect with our own higher self, with our own spirit team, and to allow that energy to flow more freely. I do feel like you have begun to do this. You're, stepping into this higher vibrational type of energy that surrounds you. But I feel like this obstacle is perhaps letting you know that there is still more work to be done. There's always more work to be done, let's be honest. It's a never-ending cycle. No matter, even those in the higher dimensions, for example, they always have more growth because there's always another dimension to get to, right? Until you're at God source or prime creator, for example. With that said, I do think that there is some reflection that's needed, because this Hermit card it's almost like emphasizing what this placement already means, which tells me that it is a huge push in that direction to take it. I don't want to say take it more seriously, but to allow yourself to carve out more time to make this a priority in your life. Moving forward, next placement we have is the external influence, and this is what is motivating others around you. And here we received two major arcana cards together, Death and Judgment. These are some pretty intense cards. They're very different from each other. The Death is known as, the angel of death, if you will, the one that comes and collects you. And then we have Temperance, which is also known as an angel that comes forward. And she literally has wings. And I feel like this is letting us know that there is some sort of, I'm going to call it collective ego death. There are things going on around the people that are around you, that they're almost like they're finally starting to, I want to say wake up. They're waking up a little bit. They're finally realizing that this third dimensional experience is just an experience, and that they're allowing their ego self, their human ego mind, to control their thoughts and to dictate their life. But it's a time to allow that ego to step back, and for each one of us to start to step more in towards our heart, toward, if you will, the angelic presence. Temperance is the angelic presence, if you will. And I feel like it's time. This is kind of like it's signifying it's time for this great change. It's no longer time to allow ourselves to continue going the way we've been going. We need to wake up, we need to make progress, and we need to, start to step forward. And I do feel like that is what's happening around you. I feel like that might have even been in your last reading, within the external influence, that there's something major going on with the collective around you. And I feel like it is influencing each and every one of us on an individual rate as well, because as the conscious collective vibration increases, there is only one way for us to go on an individual level, and that is up, right? We have to go up if the collective is going up. There's just no way around it. It's just how it works. It's inevitable. And those who decide to, fight and resist and stay back, you can do that all you wish, but there is a chance you're not going to be able to handle the new energies coming in and remain in that dimension. So I do feel like this is saying that there's a huge collective shift, while at the same time you are working on your path and your journey individually. We have to also remember that the collective is doing the same. All right. Next placement we have here is guidance, and this is what your spirit team is suggesting to you. Here we have the very beautiful card, 10 of Pentacles. This is like informing us that you have the ultimate amount of abundance coming your way in a long-term state. This is not going to be a short-lived abundance. This makes me feel like this is certainly the abundance of going to the higher next dimension, which is an existence essentially of just unconditional love. And when you exist in unconditional love, you have everything at your fingertips, because you are co-creating with God's source, with Prime Creator, which means limitation and separation and lack is impossible. It's non-existent. It's not even an option, to be honest. So this tells me the spirit team is letting you know this is where you're heading. You are working yourself towards the next step, within your own journey, whether that be at the time of the great event for all, or if that is on your own term, your own timeline, as we are not all moving at the same time. We are not all on the same pathway, on the same journey. Some of us are going different paths towards the same end result, but you may receive that sooner than some. All right, moving on, the next placement and final placement we're looking at is the potential outcome, and this is where you're heading. And here we see the Emperor with the Nine of Cups. So standalone, the Emperor is a card of control. This is the divine masculine that is able to take control of the situation. And I don't mean that in a harsh, controlling the masses kind of way. I'm talking about sovereignty. I am talking about freedom, where you have the ability to be your own sovereign individual and to make choices for yourself because you have control over your own existence, because you are a higher dimensional, multidimensional being, and that is what it is. There is no other way around it. Along with that, we have the Nine of Cups, which is the ultimate wish fulfillment card. And I do feel like what Spirit Team is saying to you here with this last couple cards here, you are going to allow yourself to get to this place of total abundance where you have complete control over your own life. This is your divine wish. This is what you want, what all of you want, so deep within, to have full control and full abundance within your own life. And that is exactly where you're heading. If you can allow yourself to meditate on these things, to allow yourself to find peace, to forgive yourself for the things you may have done in this life and other lives that may seem completely horrible to some, which is very fair, in the space of ego perspective, of course. But when you're able to find the unconditional love within your heart and recognize that every single action you've ever taken in this life and others is simply an experience of neutrality, you can then allow yourself to forgive and to release that to the universe and to no longer hold on to it, so that you can, in essence, release the stagnation and allow your own vibration to increase as a result. I highly recommend doing that meditation, because by allowing your soul to grow and to release the things that are not serving you, you will move toward this total and complete long-term abundance. And I just feel like with these cards here, Death and Temperance coming out for those are going on around you, this is a huge step. Like this, I feel like this is not only for the Virgos. This is going for everyone. Everyone is making this journey. I feel like the higher dimensionals are trying to inform us, or they're trying to let us know time is running out. There is not much time left to do this inner soul growth, to do this inner meditation, to allow yourself to release the things that don't serve you. Although the time seems to be, slow from our human mind perspective, in the grand scheme of things, there is not much time left, and we need to get on doing this work. I feel that there's probably only, maybe another 100 years at very most before the great event, and even that might be stretching it. So we do need to make sure we get everything sorted in this incarnation to allow ourselves the ultimate amount of growth, which is, the whole reason you signed up to be in this incarnation in the first place. All right. With that said, I do want to remind that the overall energy was this Two of Pentacles. This is talking about, balance and harmony within the physical dimension. So I do feel like you are moving toward this much more blissful type of energy where you have complete sovereignty, and that is your ultimate wish. You are moving toward what it is that you want. You want to be balanced, you want to be in harmony, and you want to receive, total abundance without having to, follow the 9 to 5 that society has taught us that that's the only way to get abundance. That is false. We need to remember to, try to remain in our heart center, to remain in a place of unconditional love, to remain in a place of balance and harmony, because the more we balance ourselves, the more we are able to fill our own cup up of love, that we can then allow it to overflow towards others around us. And that is the ultimate goal. All right, Virgos, that is what I have for you. I do hope that you've enjoyed your reading, and I, of course, would like to thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and I hope to see you at the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the reading from me, Spirit Guide link. I'll see you at the next video.